All right, what's up, everyone? This is Kirk here again at Option Alpha, and just wanted to say welcome to the public announcement for the new auto trading platform that we are releasing here at Option Alpha. We are super excited about this new platform, and what I want to do tonight is kind of go through some of the things that you're going to get if you sign up for the waitlist to get beta access. I want to talk about the rollout of the platform and how we see this whole thing kind of rolling out over the next couple weeks and months. And of course, the new beta page is up. I did send it over to all of our members. So if you are already a member with Option Alpha, if you are in our ecosystem on any of our email lists, you already got notification and you are already on the list ahead of everyone else. In fact, it's still just like adding everyone to the list right now. So the list will continue to grow for the wait list, but we're super excited, obviously, to get the new platform out. And we want to showcase some of the things around the new platform to you guys here tonight. So if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, if you're just super excited about it like we are, just add in the comment section. Let us know what you think so that we can definitely be motivated and encouraged to continue to push things out, obviously, but also to get back to you guys with questions that you might have about features or functionality. I'll kind of show it and demo it here in just a little bit so you can see how it works, and we can kind of walk through some examples here. But I think the idea for me around this new platform is, of course, this is groundbreaking technology. There will be a time where we just look back and we say there was the time before Option Alpha, and then there was the time after Option Alpha in the entire industry. And I truly believe that because absolutely no broker was willing to invest the time and the energy and the money to build out an end-to-end automation platform for stocks and options. So I've seen a lot of people out there that have a bunch of options or a bunch of stock-related stuff, and you can do some really cool stuff with stocks, but nothing with options and nothing as simple as what we've done. We've basically taken the entire package of trading tools and put them into one single platform that makes it really easy to build anything you want, automate every strategy, every technical that you could possibly think of or combination of ideas into one simple automated program with no code. And that's really the cool part here. We are doing this all with no code. So you don't have to learn how to code, because I don't know how to code. You don't have to learn how to code. You don't have to figure it out. You don't already have to know how to code. You don't have to hire a developer to code. You can do this all by yourself. And this is why I think it's really going to disrupt this industry, because what it's going to allow you to do is get back all that free time that you're spending right now to sit on your phone and sit at work. And one person sent me a message today and they're like, thank God I don't have to sneak around my office anymore. But this is what we've been trying to do for 5 years. And so we're finally at that point. We're so excited to obviously announce that the waitlist is open. So you can head on over to beta.optionalpha and check out the entire platform. You can see the demos. We're going to show you some of the demos here. I've got a kind of a screenshot in the corner here that you can see that we'll be walking through. But that's where you'll find all the information on the new platform. Any questions you have, any ideas or feature requests that you guys have, that all comes through that new beta site. So the timeline of events that's going to happen here over the course of the next couple weeks and months is, the first things, we're going to be starting to open up beta access to our elite lifetime members. Now, we've promised for a long time that lifetime members get first dibs. They get first priority. And so we're holding true to that. And so anybody who's a lifetime elite member is going to get first access when we start rolling out beta in the next couple of weeks. And so the way the beta is going to work is we're going to roll out a group of lifetime elite members to get access. We'll just pick a group at random. They'll get access. So maybe 20, 25 people. We'll make sure that everything works, everything's stable, start to get some feedback, start to make improvements for the new platform. And then what we'll do is we'll roll it out to another set of elite members, and then another and another, and we'll just continue to increase in this stair-step progression into rolling it out to everyone. And so clearly, well before our public launch date on February 1st, we'll have all of the elite members in there and we'll have everyone trading. Once we get all of those members in, then we start going towards our pro members and towards people off of the wait list. So if you do want to get early access, of course, the best way to do it is to go to the elite lifetime level, which also means you're in for life with no other costs or fees once the platform goes live. We are shutting that down on December 1st. So December 1st, you have no more chances to pay a one-time cost to get into the platform for life. And then on November 1st, actually, the price goes up. So if you really want to take action, we wanted everyone to say, look, you have an opportunity here to get in. You have an opportunity to get in at the best price because we're going towards a reoccurring membership SaaS subscription model for the new platform. And those fees and those arrangements that we have with brokers means that we can't offer this thing for lifetime cost anymore after December 1st. So that's what we're going to do. So anyway, so if you guys have any questions on that, let us know. But again, get on over to the beta site. That's where you're going to find the most information on the new platform. I want to show you guys some of it right now so you guys can see some of this. So let me just kind of make this bigger. Can you guys see this on the screen? Everyone's so excited. Josh is like, yeah, so excited. Elite members do get priority access. Not sure what the new platform is. So looking forward to the demo, basic training. Yep, you got it. Cool. Yeah, so you can use, by the way, good question on this too. And we'll go over all these as you guys kind of go through this. But a lot of people have questions like, can I trade with live money or paper money? And so you can do both. So beta access will start with the first couple rounds of traders with paper money just to make sure everything works and all the features are there. And then basically you can turn on live trading at any point if you want to, once we initiate it for everybody. And then you can choose to either paper trade some bots paper or to convert them over to live. And I think this is really cool because what you'll have the ability to do is just basically test out a bunch of strategies for as long as you want. And then when you're ready to go and you've got everything set up, then you basically convert it over to a live trading. Now remember, the bots don't have to run your entire account. And I'll show you this here in a second, but they can just run a subset of an account. Think about bots as basically just mini trading strategies working in your brokerage account. So you could have one bot if you want to, you could have dozens of bots, and they could all be independently running different strategies or a similar strategy on different tickers or a completely different strategy all over the place. It is truly up to you. Infinite possibility, infinite flexibility for the new platform. So let me just kind of go through some of the things here on the new beta page. Obviously, you can sign up to get early access right here. That's the first place you want to go just to make sure that you get on the list so you get notified of all the updates. But if you scroll down here, you can see that we put in a ton of effort to make these intros and these demos for you really clean and clear and crisp. So in this case, we walk through the entire process of the new platform right before your eyes, how to build a bot in a couple seconds, all the features that you have that are wrapped up in building a bot. Then we tell you exactly how to build an automation and start to run different types of automations. And I'll show you guys that here live here in a second. But again, it's all demoed on the beta site. We show you through some of the infinite combinations of the recipes or decision trees that we have. And this to me is one of the most unique things that we do, which is the ability to take something so complex like building a decision tree or a series of decisions to make and making it really easy with natural language and no code. And our guys did an amazing job putting this together. We actually got off the phone literally today with a couple patent attorneys to continue to finalize some of the patents that we're going to be submitting for. And this is one of those ones that we're going to be really, pushing for really hard for submission is this right here, which is just really cool, novel technology. Then further down, you have bot management. This is, again, something that to me was a no-brainer that we had to include and, took a little bit of extra time, but we really pushed for it, was this ability for a bot to manage a position and not just manage a position by GTC, close it at a 50% profit target, right? We can do that ourselves. We still have to calculate the 50%, but we can do that ourselves essentially. What our bots do is they run through a very specific management sequence that you set for that position. You could set it for that type of position. You could set it for any bot that opens a position or anytime it opens a credit call spread, right? Or anytime it opens a credit call spread on Tesla, whatever it is, you can run it through these monitor automations that check every 15 minutes for an opportunity to exit the position. And the position for the exiting the position could be really complex. You could say, I want to check to see if the position premium has gone down by 25% or up by 50%, or the stock announces earnings in 5 days, or the stock has an expiration that's coming in 10 days. It's as complex as you ultimately want it to be Again, all with drag and drop and zero code involved. The other thing that you can do, and this is really where I think this is going to just absolutely, I mean, I am personally the most excited about this right now. So if you are too, you can just go over in the comments and say, yes, I'm super excited about this. This to me is the most exciting thing that we're going to do, which is the ability to clone and share templates. This is insane. So you can take an entire trading strategy that you've built and in one click, create a clonable template to either reuse for your own trading. So you can use a template. Maybe you have some trend trading strategy or some technical RSI bounce trading strategy, and you can clone that strategy and run it multiple times in different tickers if you wanted to, or you can use that clone as the basis for tweaking a strategy that you use someplace else. But what's really cool about it, and I'll show you guys again here in a second as we live demo it, is you have the ability to share these with people that you want to share them with. You can share it publicly in the community. You can choose to share it privately with one person individually. So like I see the other Kirk is here, and Michael and Sala and Brian. If I wanted to start a conversation with you guys, I could start a private group message and I could share in one click the entire bot strategy. And you could take a look at it and see exactly what it is and what it does. No private information. It doesn't show you what the trades are, my account balance and stuff like that. So all the privacy things are obviously taken care of. But in one click, you can clone an entire strategy. So literally the days of trying to figure out, let me just say this, the days of trying to figure out what somebody is doing and how their strategy works and hey, Kirk, what indicators are you using? When do you exit? What do you do? Blah, 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 blah. All of those days are gone because now you just say, hey man, show me your bot. Hey girl, show me your bot, right? Share your bot template with me. And then I can see exactly what you do. I can see the entire decision tree, the whole framework, when you run automations, how you trade. And when I clone it, and I'll show you guys this here in a second, when I clone it, then I can come in and customize things for my own personal preferences. Maybe you have it set to trade every 10 days or every 30 minutes. And I want to trade the same strategy, but maybe every 5 days or every 10 minutes or something like that, right? So you can take that and use it as the basis to develop your own strategy and to use that clone moving forward. Really, really cool. And then of course, all of the bot management is in one place. It's in one simple place where you can see the entire performance, the entire history, everything a bot has done. You can check the logs and you can go through every single decision the bot has made. And this again is really important to us because what we want is we want you to have the ability to get complete and absolute clarity on what is going on. There are no black boxes here. You don't just turn on a bot and then cross your fingers and hope that it makes all the trades. No, you know exactly what happened in the logs. So like right now on the screen, you can see, right, that the bot is going to show you exactly what decisions it made and how it arrived at some destination. Was the position premium high or low? Yes, no. Did it open a trade or not? Yes, no. If it did, it allows you to click on it and see it. Wicked, wicked, wicked cool stuff. Okay. And then of course down below, and I'm not going to get through all of this, but there's literally infinite combinations of things that you can do. And so the features that we built just in this version here, and I say that because I was talking to our developers today and they were like, Kirk, like we've already got stuff that we're thinking of for, for the next version in a couple, in like a month or two. So the features that we even have now just blow the socks off of anything else that's out there right now. I've been telling people, and the way I look at it, you can't unsee this. Once you see this technology start to work, you'll never go back again. It's like seeing the iPhone for the first time. It's like seeing an iPod for the first time. Because once you see an iPod, you know that all of your music can be in one place. Why would you ever want to carry around CDs and cassettes anymore, right? This is what it is. Once you see automated trading as simple and as easy as we make it, you'll never want to go back ever again. So let me kind of demo some of the stuff on the platform for you. You guys excited? Really excited? Saul said, yeah, very excited about it. It's been a while, for quite some time. Yep, you got it. What platform can it be used on? So right now we integrate with TD Ameritrade. So if you're with TD Ameritrade, then you'll be good to go. We do have some other broker agreements that we haven't announced yet that we'll be announcing, but we do have some other signed broker agreements, and we plan to make integrations with other brokers. If you don't see your broker on here right now, so if anything other than TD Ameritrade, what you need to do is badger them like crazy to integrate with us. Because sometimes what we are finding is that the brokers, although they want to integrate, don't have a public API, or their public API is outdated, right? So that's really the main two things that are really, really important for our integration. Is we need to have a public API that they can use, and we need them to have it's a public API that they can use, and we need their API to be updated. So that really is the two major things. Okay. So let me go through some of the things on the platform. I think this is going to be really cool to show you guys what we've got coming down the pipeline. So let me switch over to a different screen here so you can see what we've been developing. So let me do this, and I'm going to stop that screen share. We'll start another one here. Takes the guesswork out of the strategy. Yeah, I think that's going to be the most complicated part for a lot of people is actually the guesswork that's involved in some of the strategies. Okay, so can you guys see my screen here? So this is a technical swing bot, and I kind of want to go through this one. This one just started a couple days ago, but it was just one that I used actually for some of the demos that we put on the beta site. So this is just a paper trading bot, but it kind of shows you the power of the entire platform and some of the trades that it's already been making. So when you go in to create a bot, and we'll do that here in a second, you basically just hit a button right over here, you build your bot, and you're ready to go. The power in the bots really comes in this tab right here, which is called our automations. And so everything is run through different types of automations. And by the way, if you guys are adding questions in here, I'm going to pop back over to the questions because I can't see them when I'm in here doing this. So still love all the comments. I'll pop back over, try to add or answer as many questions as I possibly can. Okay. So automations come in a couple different styles. First, you have scanners. So scanners sound like what they are. They're basically automations set up to enter positions. Now, you don't specifically have to use them for entering positions, just really what they were meant to do. And so they're triggered every 15 minutes. So every 15 minutes, they go through an entire cycle of scanning and going through a decision framework. You also have monitors. So monitors sound like what they are, again, very clean and simple. They monitor existing positions that are open, and they only are triggered when you have a position open. So no position open, no existing position that the bot needs to monitor, no need for this to run. What's really cool about monitors is that they can run on positions that you open manually. So we still have the ability for you to open manual positions. So right here, if you just want to open a brand new position, you can do that right inside the platform. You don't have to always open a position through a bot. You can manually interact with the platform as much as you want. So monitors allow you to, again, monitor a position that's already open. Event-based automations, again, sound like what they are, and I'll show you guys how all these work here one by one. But event-based automations run on either a reoccurring schedule or at a defined point in the future. This is really cool because if you just want to build an automation that does some sort of check and rebalance on your portfolio once a week or once a month or every 3 months, you can pre-schedule that entire process right inside the platform. So if you want to rebalance your portfolio based on whatever technicals or indicators or decisions you want to run, you want to do that once a month, you can schedule that entire process to happen right here. And then every month, that process will run. Or if you want to run an event-based automation every third Wednesday of the month, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or every Friday at 5 o'clock. I mean, like whatever you want to do, you can ultimately do this with automations. Okay. Does that make sense? So let's run through and just build a quick scanner, or I'll show you this quick scanner that I had built right here. This is called technical overbought. So anytime you build a scanner, you can come in here and you can edit the scanner. So when you edit the scanner, it brings up our beautiful decision tree. And this is really like, this to me is the heartbeat of what we're doing here, is this very simple decision tree. And so you can name this, you can name it technical overbought, you can name it whatever you want, and then you can add it to your automations. So one quick sidebar here is that when you add it to your automations, what that allows you to do is it allows you to reuse this exact same scanner in a different bot later on. So if you build a bot here that uses this scanner, but manages something completely different someplace else, you can add it to your automations and it will remember and bring this entire scanner back up so that you can use it anytime you want. Okay, really simple. So the first thing that we do here is we start with a decision. Now you don't have to start with a decision, by the way. You can start with whatever you want. So let's just rebuild this from scratch. So let me just take these out and we'll start all over again. Okay, you guys good to go? Everyone excited? Let me pop back into the comments here. Fantastic. It's going to kill. Love it. Great job. Very exciting. Can you use the bots for backtesting? No, I haven't even talked about backtesting, but you can backtest. And then what you'll be able to do in the future is take a backtest and turn it into a bot. Okay, cool. You guys excited about it? Hello, hello, hello. If I'm still streaming live. All right, very excited. Cool. All right, so here's what we're going to do. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to make a decision. Now, again, you can start an automation by opening a position or by closing a position. You can actually do whatever you want. It's totally flexible. What we like to do is we like to make a decision. Now, decisions can be grouped together, or you can make them one by one. So in this case, we'll add criteria. And criteria brings us to our beautiful recipe screen that is done in natural language. Now, this will continue to grow very fast, but we've got a lot of I would say 95% of what you would need is wrapped up in this decision screen. And so what you can do here with these decisions is you can go through natural language to make a decision, which then splits the decision tree into a yes or no answer. So in this case, we might want to make a decision to say that SBY's price is, or whatever symbol we want, we plug in here. Let's just say Tesla for fun. So Tesla's price is above its 50-day moving average. Okay, that's it. We just plug it in here. We can change it to a different moving average in this case, because this is a moving average recipe, and we're done. We've now made a very simple decision that this automation will run anytime it's scanning for a trade. Now, this is an uber simple example, and we can go in here and make this even more complex if we want to by just clicking on the settings. So we can add another decision and say, okay, we want to make sure that Tesla's price is above its 30-day moving average, and we want to see if Tesla's price is above its 50-day moving average and its 30-day moving average at the same time. So now this makes a little bit more of a complex run through the automation. We're not just checking now for, is Tesla's price above its 50-day moving average? No, we're checking for, is Tesla's price above its 50 and above its 30. So if one of those two isn't accurate, then it'll respond with no. And again, you can see when I save it, the natural language is right in here. So anytime I come in and I'm trying to go through here and I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this automation, I can just simply click on it and figure it out. Now, again, you can group these together if you want to. And so you can come over here and say, oh, I want to create a new group. So I want to do a double set of decisions here. I mean, you can see how complex this thing can get very, very fast. So we want Tesla's price to be above 500 or whatever the case is. And then you can do that and you can continue to group and add them together as quickly as you want. That sound cool? Any questions on that so far? Really, really awesome. Okay, that's a really, really simple example that we just went through. Here's another very simple example that we can go through, okay? So here's another simple one that I like to use. And in this case, this is a technical overbought. So let's just say that the positions, that the symbol's sum indicator, so this is a technical recipe here, but let's say that Tesla's 14-day RSI is above 70. And you can see how easy it is to do this. You just literally click through all the things or just click on it here and change it to something else. So if you want to trade on ADX, if you want to trade on ATR or EFA or MFIs or whatever the case is, you can do that right here and just make the adjustment here for the automation. So now that we've done this and we've added our decision, now we can start to fill out the rest of our decision tree. Now, in this case, you can either make more decisions if you want to, which is really cool, right? So you can make more decisions, or what you can do is you can start to make trades. So let's make one more decision, okay? So let's say we want Tesla's RSI to be over 50 and we want some other thing to be happening. So in this case, let's say we don't want them to be, or we want to see if their earnings are more than, let's say, 60 days out. Now, this is really, this is really amazing tech. Even when I go through it myself, like, it's really cool that you can do this now where you didn't have to do this ever before. Like, you can't do this ever before, right? You can make, by the way, you can make as many templates, as many automations as you want. You can go crazy with these if you want to, right? So all of these automations inside of a bot, you can make as many of these as you want, and they can be as detailed as you want moving forward. So this now has two decisions right off the bat. If Tesla's 14-day RSI is above 70, yes. Also check and make sure that Tesla isn't reporting earnings in the next 60 days, or basically, is it reporting earnings in more than 60 days, yes or no, and make a decision off of that. So in this case, you might want to say, okay, if Tesla's RSI is just simply high, right, or simply low, not above 70, then I want to buy a long call option, whatever you want to do, right? I'm not suggesting you do any of this, obviously. This is just for demo purposes, but you simply just buy a long call option and you're done. Now, if you go through this framework and if you get to all the way to this one, you might want to do something different. Maybe you want to have a long put spread, right? I don't know. Whatever you want to do, you can do it, okay? And so you can adjust and you can, set these very specific if you want to. You can set them by delta or strike price, or you can say don't risk more than $500 on this, or $500 on this position. I think I said to $5,000. Some of you might be trading that much. Okay, so now we've got this entire decision tree basically built out here so that you can come in here and put together all of these pieces and combinations as much as you want. Okay, that makes sense? A couple questions. Can we trade futures? No. So none of the APIs that we have right now support futures. So in the future, if we can support futures, we would love to support some of the futures trading, but we can't now. Will I be notified if the trade needs to make an adjustment? You can choose to do that. So one of the things that you can do for trades, and one of the things you can do in your decisions, is one of your decisions can be based off of the actual position. So these are really cool. Things like my position premium increased or decreased by some percentage. The position expires in X amount of days. The position type is a long call. The position is a long or a short. The position underlying price went above or below some long or short call strike. So you can predetermine what you want to do when certain things happen in the position moving forward. So in this case, if you had a position that already was in here, and in this case, this is a scanner, so we don't have any positions that are in here. But if you just pulled in a position and said, okay, anytime this position is built, then, and the underlying price is below my long put option, in this case, if it was a manager and we'll build one of these out, then you do some sort of functionality in there, okay? That makes sense? Pretty cool. So you can actually automate the entire process of going through the automations. You just have to know what you want, right? That's the thing. You just got to know exactly what you would do in those scenarios, and then build it out. Another person said, can it work with wheels? Yeah, because you can do stock, you can do options, you can do whatever you want with there. So if you wanted to do something with a wheel strategy or some sort of custom way of doing it, then you could definitely do it. You could just put it together so that if you get assigned the position, then you would start to buy stock or whatever the case is, right back and forth as many times, okay? So now you've basically built out your automation to run through and place a trade, right? That's basically what this is this automation goes through. I'm gonna turn this one off because it's doing a bunch of Tesla stuff, but it goes through and it just places a trade. Now what you can do is you can add a monitor automation. These are really awesome because what this allows you to do is, again, run through a series of automations every 15 minutes to go through some check and balance to say when to exit or enter the position. So check this out for a second and kind of follow me on this as we're going through this. So in this case, this profit manager essentially, and again, you can just name it whatever you want. You could name it the Tesla manager, whatever it is, right? You add it to your automations and it's in. But basically what it'll do is it'll say the first decision you could make is, did my position premium decrease or increase, whatever you want it to be? So let's just say, did my position go up by 25% since it was opened? Now that's really cool because now what we basically have is we basically have this working profit target that moves right along with the stock and with the position every time a new position is entered. So we can run this through the Tesla manager, and the first thing it's going to do every 15 minutes is check for an opportunity to take a profit. Now that's really cool, right? You can just take a profit, take a profit, take a profit, take a profit, right? And the simple way to do it is this. As soon as the position hits a 25% profit, close the position. Simple as that and done. Now, what if it's not at a 25% profit? Well, one of the ways that I will be personally doing this in the future is I will run another decision to see if the position expires in 5 days. So I want to check and see, okay, did this position that it entered, does it expire in 5 days? Because if we get to expiration week, for me personally, then I want to close the position. But I don't want to just close the position early. I want to give it as much time as possible to work. And I just don't want to go through expiration for these positions. So in this case, this is a very simple manager that we can build, which first checks for an opportunity to take a profit. And it does that every single day. And then if it doesn't have an opportunity to take a profit, it checks to see if the position expires in 5 days. If it doesn't expire in 5 days, the automation ends and it starts all back over again in 15 minutes. Does that make sense? Is that pretty cool? So now you can build in as many logic sequences as you want. You could come in here and say, okay, I want to see if the position is up by 25%. But another thing that I want to do is that I want to close the position if it expires in 5 days, or now we're getting really complex with this, but I want to close the position if it expires in 5 days, or if the symbol that we're trading here, in this case, it would be Tesla, or if the RSI is above 70, right? Whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's whatever you want. So you can just do this. So this is now your and or statement. So if the position expires in 5 days or Tesla's RSI is above 70, then close the position. As flexible as you want. Does that make sense? As flexible as you want to go through this. Okay. Do you plan to cover tutorials on how to connect the bot to the brokerage? So this will actually be really easy. So once you get in there and once you have the connection, once you have a TD Ameritrade account, if you already do, it's just a one-click authentication. That's it. And then it's done. So one-click authentication and you're in, and you don't ever have to log into TD again unless you want to do something in that end, but you can completely manage this right here inside of our platform. Okay. Does that make sense? Someone said, can you show an example of a trend or price level trading? Yeah, so let me show you one example here and then we'll continue to move on. So this is pretty cool. You guys like this? Pretty cool stuff. So this is a really cool one. And by the way, this is a manager. So in the case of a manager here, what you can do on the managers real quick, or the monitors, is you can monitor any type of position that comes in, or you can monitor specific types of positions. So you could have, for example, like a short call manager, or you could have a long call manager, right? And they could be different ones. So in this case, if I said, okay, anytime that we have a short call spread, I want it to be managed by this series of automations. Now, this series of automations, again, you can go in and you can say, all right, I want to edit this automation, and here's my really complex tree around that, right? But that's specifically when the position that was just opened is a call spread. If the position's a put spread, then I might want to go through a different series of automations to make a decision about exiting. So you can be as complex or as simple as you want to be. So let's add another one. Let's do an event-based trigger. So this will be a trend event-based trigger that you can run. So this is really cool because I think what a lot of people will do, and I know I will do too, is I'll have some of these automations that run on a sequence. And so a sequence will run anytime that you want it, either now, on a specific date, or on a repeating schedule. You can also run these series of automations anytime a new position is open. So if you open a new position and you just want to run an automation that double checks the position that was opened for some reason, whatever you want to do, or only when a call option is opened, do you want to then open a put option contract for protection? You can kind of piggyback these or connect these together with these event automations that we have. So the one I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a repeating schedule. So the first thing that you do is you set your schedule. Now, again, you can come in here and be really, really granular with this. You can say, okay, every 3 days, run this thing. Or you can say every day, right? Or every week on Monday and Wednesday. And then you come in and you say, no, I don't like Monday or Wednesday. I want to do it on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, right? Whatever you want. Every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday at 11:30 in the morning, run this automation. Now, I don't know about you, but nobody, and I mean nobody, has this amount of granularity and this amount of customization in a platform that requires zero coding on your part. And so once you set your schedule for this, then you choose your automation. Now, again, you can choose from any of the automations that you've already put in here. You can choose from these automations and reuse them in a different sequence. You can use them as scanners. You can use them as event-based triggers. You can do whatever you want. So in this one, I want to do a trend spread. So let's just go in here and let's edit this one because I don't even know what I did with this one. Okay, here's a very simple trend one that I use. I've been doing a lot of these demos. But this is a very simple one that says, is the symbol price that we're trading here above its 200-day moving average? Yes or no? If it's above its 200-day moving average, you sell a put spread. If it's below its 200-day moving average, you sell a short call spread. Done and done. You have a completely automated trend following strategy, whatever you want to do with it, completely automated with custom indicators that will continue to enter positions along the way. Does that make sense? Any questions on that side? Is this stuff wicked cool? Is that Eastern time? Yeah, always Eastern time. Yep, always Eastern time for scheduling stuff. Will lifetime members get early access to beta? Yes. Not immediate access because we're rolling it out here soon, but they'll definitely get early access to it. Yep. What charting capabilities do you need, or do you just use Thinkorswim? To me, I think that in many cases, charting is going to be dead after this, right? If you still want to do charting, we're not going to be the place where you can do like crazy, crazy charting. We want to be the place where you come and you build your custom strategy to run whenever you want it to run. So we may have more charting in the future. We do have a watch list software that's already baked in here. So what you can do is you can come out of here and you can say, okay, I want to go to, let me just clear this automation here. And you can go to your watch list and then you can pull in all your watch lists and have all your charts here. We don't do any of the technicals, but all the regular basic stuff is in here so that you can monitor positions right from inside the portfolio. And again, we haven't even touched on back testing. Probably won't get to that tonight, but the idea here is to get a lot of these in place. Okay. So does this make sense? This is cool. Good stuff. So excited. How do we pick strikes? So you can pick strikes based on delta, or you can set them manually. So if you happen to know that you wanted to do a trade at a 45 strike price, you can definitely do that. Or you can do it by deltas, which is what I think most people are going to do. Kamoy, is that how you say it? Kamoy? Is there an IV decision? Yeah, you can do an IV decision too. Is there ability to, is it able to be tested on a paper trading account? Yep, you got it. You can do everything in paper, and then you can choose to turn it on and make it live whenever you want. Okay, that makes sense? Hey, what's up? Black Girl Option. So awesome. Thank you. So excited for this. Excited you're in here too. Cool. All right, so let me show you guys one other thing that you can do here with these automations. And again, you can just add as many of these automations as you want, kind of link them together. You can do what's called a push button automation. So this is really cool because what you can do is you can, if you want to do, and this is probably the most easy example here, but you can run a push button automation that's called liquidate. And so what it does is if you push this button, it runs this automation, which could be liquidate any of your positions. So in this case, it could say, okay, I want to go through here and I want to see if any positions that we have are, so any of these positions that we have, so you can create an input and say positions that are added, right? So any positions that we have in here, if any of these positions are long call spreads, I want to immediately close them if I push this button. Right? Now, again, you can interact with this thing as much as you want. You can build any of these push button liquidations, but this is a really easy example here to walk through liquidate the position. Okay. So now what would happen is if I do this and I push this button, right, it would liquidate any of these positions, for example. So it would go through and it would close any of these positions that I have in the portfolio right now. So that's really cool because that push button that you have there basically will start to remove positions in your account at the push of a button, or run through an entire series of automations, whatever you want. What if you just want to push a button and run through a decision matrix that decided if the market was crashing at this one moment, right? That's a really cool one that I think a lot of people could use, and it would be on all the time, okay? Do we need a condition for a push button like use case, close all tickers, black swan? You can use it for that, or you can just like check the trend and liquidate anything that's moving against the trend, right? Or you can check to see if something has high RSI and close position. You could do whatever you want with it. The button, all it does is it instantly runs any automation that you want. That's ultimately what the button does, is it instantly runs any automation that you want. And again, you can change the settings, or you can delete the button. You'd be like, you know what? I don't want this button anymore. And I just remove the button and I'm off and running. One of the ones that I built before, and I think it's still active, and we've run it before, is this flash crash hedge. So this is a really cool one. And I think even today, as we make this public announcement, it's really interesting that the markets have been really volatile today. I haven't really paid attention to them because the markets, because this has been so crazy with launch. But one of the automations you could run is this flash crash hedge. And the way that this one works in particular is, in this case, and this is just an example, so you do you, I'm not telling you what to do, but this one says, okay, I want to check to see if the SPY price decreases by 5% or the VIX is above 30. So if either of these two things were to have happened, then this automation would just buy an SPY long put. Now, I don't know if I'm going to run this in my account specifically. I'm using this as an example that you could just have, and this is what I plan to have, is some of these bots that for all intents and purposes lay dormant for weeks and months. But what they are doing is they're watching the market all the time. And so you can see this thing is just going through this automation, right? And saying, okay, is the market down 5%? Yes. Is the market up 5%? No. Did it start? Did it run? It's just doing this nonstop all day, every day, right? You can just run these bots a million times in your account and have all these bots dormant, waiting for a bunch of things to happen, okay? When it triggers a buy or sell order, is it a market order? We need to be concerned with spreads. So really good question here. So some of the technology that we have around this is called smart pricing. And so we're going to be building out, that's the last thing that we're building out here that will be in there, and it will be active and it will be live for you guys so you can use it. But smart pricing is basically a way to make sure that we work up or down the bid-ask spread in whatever interval you decide. So you basically tell the bots, hey, place an order for some amount of time, right? And try to be more aggressive and then slowly work your way towards some midpoint price, right? That's really basically what it does. If you have a specific price in mind, you'll always be able to enter that price and say, yeah, I want to trade at this specific price. But we are definitely fans of avoiding the ability to do market orders, and we'll absolutely give you the ability to do limit orders and use our smart pricing technology, which kind of walks through some limit orders at some more aggressive stages, I guess you can say. Does that make sense? Questions. Is the software acting as a broker to the market, or do you need an online platform besides the software? So if we use the software, will it make our current broker obsolete? So look, we're not a broker. We have no intentions of becoming a broker. We want to be broker agnostic. We want to connect to every broker and give everybody more options, more choice on how they can use this technology to automate trades. We do not get paid a commission or a kickback for any trades that get executed through our platform. And that's really important because I have no incentive, and our company has no incentive for you to trade more just because we have auto trading. Like, we don't get some special kickback fee just because you place 200 trades versus 10 trades, right? That's not how it works. We are truly software as a service. We provide the service. We are broker agnostic. We want to connect to as many brokers as possible so that you can just decide where the orders go. Look, I've said this for years, and I will continue to say this. Brokers are a commodity now. It doesn't matter where you go now at this stage, you're basically paying low commissions, right? Zero or near zero commissions. Would you guys agree? So at this stage, and I tell people this all the time, but brokers to me are just they're a commodity. Like, I don't know why you would want to be a broker. And in our opinion, the last 20 years, all brokers have done is put lipstick on a pig and basically made a platform that still requires you to point and click a little bit more attractive, right? Now, granted, I like that all the brokers have gone to zero or near zero, which is amazing. But ultimately, what's going to win is better technology, right? That's really what's going to win. Is it's going to be better technology. Okay. Let's see here. Questions. Can you please let us know which current broker it supports? We said it currently supports TD Ameritrade. We have some other brokers which we have agreements with that we'll announce in the next couple of weeks, but we would like to support everybody. Some of the brokers that we have tried to talk to and tried to support, they either don't have the technology to do it or they don't even have a public API. So if they don't have a public API, then we can't do anything with it. Is this like high-speed trading? What's the difference? So no. Well, first of all, high-speed trading is just really, really high-frequency trading through like a high-frequency shop. But no, this is basically taking any strategy and setting it up on autopilot. So it doesn't mean that you have to get in and out of positions right away. In fact, I think many people are going to use this and they're going to go through the process of entering positions maybe once a week or monitoring positions once a month or going through scans every 15 minutes. But just because a scan is running every 15 minutes doesn't mean that it's going to execute a trade. It means it's monitoring the position every 15 minutes. So you can trade as active or as inactive as you ultimately want. Does that make sense? Brian said, do you want to say anything regarding Option Alpha's legal liability with this new technology? Well, we've talked to a lot of attorneys, a lot of SEC FINRA attorneys on this. We've demoed this platform to a lot of people and a lot of attorneys and patent attorneys. I mean, I can't tell you how many attorneys or patent attorneys we've talked to at this point, but basically because we've built the entire platform to be user-focused so that you have complete control, nothing is in a black box. We don't turn on anything for you. We don't automatically turn on your bots for you. We don't tell you what to trade or how to trade it. Everybody has access to the same functionality. When you pay to get access to it, you have access to the same functionality. So in our case, we think that, and our attorneys and everybody thinks that this is truly a software as a service model, not a registered investment advisor where we're telling you what to do and how to trade it. That makes sense? Is Tasty Trade among the brokers? So the brokers, Tasty Works is the actual broker, but they don't have a public API yet. So that's all I can say. So if you guys can message them and tweet at them and send them emails and say, look, we want you guys to be, we want Tasty Works to be integrated with Option Alpha, that helps us because then they know that they need to get an integration with us or get a public API out so that we have the ability to integrate with them. So we love what they do over there for sure. We absolutely want to integrate with them. They just don't have a public API yet. So this is wicked cool, awesome. Can I use it automatically to enter trades? Yeah, you can if you want to enter trades. In the future, you can just set up. Everything will be set up with bots. So you can just set up bots around a strategy and then go from there. E-option is not on the list right now. Do you have real-time data? So yeah, so you'll have real-time data in there. So you got to be a paying member to get access to data feeds. But yeah, all the data will come in just like it normally would. We use the same data providers as all the major brokers. Okay. Cool, sweet. Who needs charting? Absolutely right. Set up rules like Outlook. It's incredible automation, huge market disruptor. I think it is. Cool. All right, so let me show you guys one more thing here before we kind of wrap up. Glad you guys have stuck with me here. So one of the things you can do with your bots, like I talked about, is you can set up a clone. So clones are really fascinating because not only could you save a template, so let's say I love this technical swing trading bot that I built and I want to save it as a template. I can save it as a template or I can override an existing template. So if I want to say, oh, you know what, that other single ETF trend bot, I actually wanted to use these automations. So I want to override that template and now start that new bot running with these new automations. Or you can save it as a brand new template and type out some short description. So some text right here, right? The position limits are really cool. I don't think we covered this earlier, but position limits are fascinating because what you can do is you can say, okay, I only want the bot to trade one position per day. So even though it might set up an automation where it could conceivably enter 5 positions right back to back to back to back because all the triggers basically led it down that path, the bot will override that and say, look, this thing is only allowed 1 position today. And that's really cool. Again, this gives you the flexibility to do whatever you want with the platform, right? So you can set up these automations that continuously check for trades, but then the bot itself can be the final check and balance to say, no, wait a second. I've set position limits so that I'm only entering 1 position at a time, or that the total positions this thing can enter is 5. So it could enter 1 position, 1 the next day, 1 the next day, 1 the next day. When it gets to 5, it stops and it doesn't enter any more positions until it's freed up, until something is closed, whether automatically through expiration, you manually interfere with the trade, right? Then it starts to close the positions and opens up a slot basically for a new one. So now that you've done that, you basically, in this case, created your first template. And so this template now can be reused a million times. You just go up here and you just clone the template. And now you start a brand new bot using this template, and you can go in and make tweaks and adjustments. One of the cool things that we just added, and this is a simple thing, but I think it's really powerful, is the ability to add notes here. And so you can add notes and links and images. If you want to remember why you're running this bot and what the research or the data or the foundation of the bot is, you can add it to the notes so that you always have those notes in one place. You don't have to always remember, what was I trying to do with this bot? How was I trying to run it, etc. And then what you can do with these automations is you can see the automations that are in it before you clone it. So this makes a lot of sense. Again, you can just go through here and say, okay, I just want to see exactly what automations are running inside of this, and you can just visually view them. Again, you can't manipulate them or edit them. You can just see exactly what they are at this stage. If you want to start editing it, then you can go in and you can clone the actual template. What's also pretty cool is that you can go into other people's templates and you can say, okay, I want to share a template with somebody. So what we'll have here in the very near future is just a little share button where you can share a template with one of your friends, like we talked about, and then you can bring those templates in. Again, when you see someone else's template, you don't see exactly what they're doing with the position sizing and with the number of contracts. What you see is you see the framework around their decision. So they're using the SPY or the 200-day moving average. Okay, great. I can visually see how they're running their strategy. Let me clone this template and then let me run it myself or edit it myself so that it fits my own personal trading, the way that I trade. Okay, so it's pretty cool stuff because then you can interfere with it and work through it as much as you want, as many times as you want. That makes sense? Yep, trade often, trade small. I mean, look, we're big fans of that for sure, but you could do whatever you want. It's up to you. How much does it cost? Okay, so this is a big question that people have been asking. So look, make no disclosures that we have firmed up our price when we go live on public launch February 1st. We are pretty confident that this at the higher levels, so elite and higher, is going to be around 300 or more per month. So if you want to start running a lot of bots, and we'd say probably more than a couple handful of bots, then you're probably going to need elite level access when it goes live. And so when it goes live publicly on February 1st, that means anybody can join. The higher levels are going to be 300 plus a month because frankly, it's really valuable tech and it saves you a crap ton of time. We'll have some other lower membership levels for a couple bots, a handful of bots that you want to run. But if you truly like this and you think that you could get a lot of value out of it, then you'll probably want to be at the elite level. Until November 1st, the elite pricing for this is fixed at one-time price of $1,997. So you get in for $2,000 basically for life if you'd upgrade before November 1st. Now, the idea around that is, of course, when we launch this thing, we want to have a lot of people in there trading and we want to get a lot of feedback from our users. But we're just not going to open it up to people who can go in and start messing around with it. We want to have a very good select group of people who can go in, use it, give us a lot of feedback, figure out what we need to add, improve. We can spin up a lot of things. All of those recipes you guys saw, we can spin up those really quickly. So if a bunch of you come in and you say, hey, I need 10 more recipes, I want to have this recipe, can the bot do this? Most of the time, our answer is going to be, if it can be done, we'll do it and we'll figure it out. And that's what we want. So between now and our public launch on February 1st, where we completely open the gates to anybody, we want to spend as much time as possible with you guys in there, trying to make this an absolute grand slam home run success for you. And that's really, really my goal. So I want to make this an absolute grand slam home run success for you. And that requires a lot of time in beta to make sure that we do everything right. Okay. More questions. Can we get notifications when bots execute each time? So yeah, inside notifications, right up in the top right-hand corner of the screen, you can see you can get notifications of trades that get opened or closed or what happens there. So let me just show you kind of what that looks like. And these are just the notifications on the website. So you can, again, we'll link these up. You can get emails. But in this case, it says, okay, this technical swing bot closed this position 5 hours ago. And in this case, it had opened a position and then it closed the position. So you can get notifications of everything that it does. If a different bot closed a different position, if a different bot had an error, right? So in this case, it had an error. In this bot's example, it could not add a position because the daily limit was reached. So you can see exactly what happens with all of your bots and all of your automations that you have running. Cool. Will it notify us of open or closed trades? Yep, I think it's cool. Aaron, what's up, dude? He said it's incredible. Lifetime saver, time saver, moneymaker. I'm in. Brand new trader there. Is that 2020 or 2021? Nope, it's 2020. So we're going to be closing down the lifetime offer. The price goes up November 1st, and then it closes completely December 1st. So December 1st, after that, we will no longer ever offer lifetime membership. Solid said, so for lifetime members, it will be around $300 a month. No, if you are a lifetime member, you get in and you don't pay the $300 a month. When this goes live, if you don't have a lifetime membership, then you pay $300 a month for the highest level, which is going to be elite. That makes sense? Sounds like it's currently $2,000 for lifetime access. Yep. Mobile version. So we're just working on desktop now. We want to make sure that desktop runs incredibly smooth for you guys through beta. And then yes, the next stage after that will be to get a mobile app out and mobile version. Yep. So we want to make sure we do it right. I mean, like, no joke. We could have, really focused on doing mobile, but this is really powerful tech where you can build it on a desktop and then walk away for 2 weeks and let it run. 3 weeks, a month, you can walk away for months and let the bots just take over. That makes sense? Thanks, man. Orlando said, doing a good job here. Good cooking here. Appreciate it. All right, cool. I'm going to wrap this one up. I think we've gone basically about an hour. I had no intentions actually of going about an hour. It's all web-based, by the way. So it's not desktop Mac, desktop Windows, whatever. It's all web-based. So as long as you can get access through the web, and all the browsers and stuff like that, then you can get access to it. So that'll be really easy. And all of this is really where the entire industry is going in the future. Is there a lower tier for Kirk, or is there a lower lifetime tier? No, there's no lower tier for lifetime. So you can't go to lifetime pro. There's just lifetime elite. It just makes it simple. It's easy. It's easy on our end. Who gets in and who doesn't. I mean, look, I think it's an incredible deal. I'm trying to make this a really good deal. That's why we're actually increasing the price on November 1st, because I think the tech is way more valuable. I think it's underpriced, but I promised everyone I would give them ample time, and that's what I'm doing. And so I promised lots of people I will give you ample time, 2 months at least, to get in here and do that. And then, and that's what we're doing. Has the software been tested to the extent that there are no glitches? Example, a bot should execute on Bitcoin and it doesn't, ends up in a loss. What happens then? So yeah, so we've done a lot of testing on this. We've run lots and lots of trades through, and this is where the stages of beta are going to be really important. Going through the beta stage, we will initially have everyone who comes in start in paper to make sure that everything goes through, and then we'll start turning on people one by one through live. But I have no concerns about going to live trading. The bots are going to do exactly what you program the bots to do, exactly what you tell them to do. That's what they're going to do. Now, I can't control fills. So if the market doesn't fill an order that we send to the market, well, I can't control that, and that's not the bot's fault. But if the order doesn't fill, then the bot will know that the order didn't fill, and it could try an order again, or it could cancel that order and try it at a different price. So I don't have any issues or concerns, or I don't lose sleep over the functionality actually working. So I think we're pretty good there. All right, cool. I think that pretty much wraps it up. I'm just going to remove this side here so you guys get to see me again. And so thank you guys so much for joining in. I really, really appreciate it very much. If you guys have any other questions, any other concerns, issues, want to check out the demos, again, go to the waitlist, which is right here on the screen, or should be on the screen. And you could always shoot us an email. We are definitely here waiting for your guys' questions. We love to help out as much as possible. You can always shoot us an email at team@OptionAlpha. So if you have questions, you have a specific question that's related to your account, you want to know a specific thing that the bot may or may not do, but you just have a random question, send us an email. Like, let us know. Don't be on an island. Don't be a ghost out there. Let us know if we can help you. If we can't help you, we're going to tell you. That's the end result, right? So a lot of people have emailed in today, hey, can it work in Australia? No, it can't work in Australia, right? Hey, can it work in Canada? No, it can't work in Canada right now. Like, we're going to tell you honestly if it can work for you, or it's going to do what you want. Okay, does that make sense? Doug said, can I get an OA hat like these? I know everyone's loving the OA hats. We've got some pretty sweet swag stuff coming for Elite Lifetime members. So if you're already a Lifetime member, be on the lookout. And if you're going to join, you're going to be a Lifetime member. You're going to be kind of the founding club, basically the founding club of this new platform, this new technology. Be on the lookout for that as well. So get some pretty cool swag. Member for a long time. Pricing is great, incredible. Surprised you haven't already increased the price with this rollout. If you're not a Lifetime member, consider. I appreciate it, John, very much, man. And thank you so much for supporting what we do. It's amazing. I'm super excited. I mean, look, just to kind of wrap up just one more thing. I want to get my time back in trading. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but like, I want to get my time back. And I think that this is what does it, you know? Like, I got into trading because I really love it, and I try to minimize the time that I am involved in the markets as much as possible, which is great. But I still can't be watching every single market all over the place like a cat on a marble floor, right? That makes sense. I need to be in a platform that allows me to program my trades so that I don't get emotional, and then run them seamlessly for me. And this is where the entire industry is going. And I don't know about you guys, but if you've watched this so far right now, and there's 223 of you still on here, which is amazing, can you unsee what you just saw? Like, let me know in the comments real quick before you bounce out. Like, can you unsee what you just saw? To me, this is like, you saw this. You're always going to think every time you click, I wonder if I could automate this strategy. I wonder if Option Alpha could do this. I wonder why I still have to do this in my brokerage platform. Because I'm telling you right now, as cool as low commissions are, which low commissions are cool, what's a lot cooler is better execution. Because how many people have, and I'm raising my hand here too, how many people have missed trades because they weren't in front of their screen, or they missed an opportunity because the technical indicator that they were using, it showed a technical reading and they just forgot to make a trade, or they got a little emotional at that time and they forgot to make a trade, or they didn't make a trade when it took off and it ran away. So as cool as I think that lower commissions are, and don't get me wrong, I like paying lower commissions just like everyone else, I think what's even cooler is the ability to auto trade everything and to let something else run your portfolio with you at the center as the manager of everything, versus trying to do it all yourself with work and school and COVID and homeschool. I mean, I got 3 kids that and homeschooling and all this stuff. That's incredibly confusing, and it's very easy to miss things. So yeah, cool, man. Thanks, Steve. Steve, longtime member. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for being a member. I appreciate it. Not clear how to invite friends. So you head on over to, actually, if you're listening to this right now, you're going to listen to something. You're going to want to catch this before you leave. I know I said this a couple of times, but you're going to want to catch this. Here's what's going to happen once we already have the waitlist open. So you head on over to the waitlist, you put your info in, then you get a custom link. You can send it to a bunch of people. You get earlier access as you move up the list and you refer more people. Look, we're trying to get this into the hands of a lot of people. There's no like, I'm not like tiptoeing around this. We want you to share this. We think this is amazing. We think it's share worthy. We're going to announce in the next week or so a massive prize for somebody, for the person, let me clarify, the person who refers the most people. And not just that, but also we're going to do weekly promotions for if you refer the most people in a given week. You might win some money there, but the grand prize is ridiculous. Like, we're blowing it out of the water, total crazy. It is absolutely valued over $20,000 for sure. So if you definitely want to get involved in that and have an opportunity to do that and win this massive grand prize or bunch of cool cash during the process, if you're doing really good one week and referring people, you can jump on the wait list. So go on over to the beta site. It's just beta.optionalpha. That's how you get on the wait list. That's how you get involved in this. If you have any questions or need help, always shoot us an email, team@optionalpha. That's what we're going to do. Cool. I don't know how to say your name, so I don't want to butcher it. Amazing looks like creating several small online businesses when the wheels of the iron condors, then credit spreads, and then iron butterflies. Yeah, you can do that for sure. You set up a bunch of those and you just let them run on a sequence as much as possible in your account. So you can absolutely do that. Cool. All right. Sounds good, guys. I appreciate you guys being in here so much. Thank you guys so much for spending the time with me tonight. If you guys have any questions at all, let me know. And until next time, happy trading. Take care.